Yo guys, what is good? It's your favorite Supreme Leader, Cameron. And I've been playing WarZone for about 4 or 5 days now, and I think I've got a lot better personally. Everything down to like my weapons knowledge, accuracy, reaction time, and just a few other things that I've been doing that's helped me get a lot more kills. And I still haven't got a win yet, but we've become close a couple times. Now I'm gonna leave a link to my first stream on WarZone and my most recent stream in WarZone, and if you take the time to watch them a little bit or whatever, you'll notice the dramatic improvement in that 4 or 5 day period. Now I think the reason that I was able to improve so quickly is because I haven't played a first person shooter in literally 3 years, okay? I haven't played none of those kinds of games in 3 years. Last time I played it was OG Fortnite, but I used to play COD a lot, so a lot of that skill is coming back. But there is a few things that I can definitely recommend that don't allow you to get better quicker. But these tips are in no particular order, and I think the first tip that I found helps me a lot is going for the kill straight away, okay? As soon as you drop in, I want to be dropping down next to someone, and I'm going to be trying to kill them with the pistol. Now this is really good in solos because you don't have to worry about your teammates or whatever, or their teammates. Getting that kill at the start of the game is going to give you a bit of a confidence booster, which is going to allow you to perform better, as well as also is going to allow you to feel out that delay. You're going to get a little bit of accuracy practice and all that kind of stuff that's going to help you out. It's also just a nice little free kill. I mean, most of these kills are pretty easy if you get good at the pistol, okay? A lot of the time you don't want to be playing against the worst people because you're just randomly going up against someone else. It's not like they've already weeded out all the bad people. Like towards the end, all those fights are gonna be fairly difficult because generally it's the better people that are lasting longer. But at the start, you've got like a 50% chance of being an absolute noob. So I do like going for those first drop down kills. So this next tip I've got is kind of an obvious one. That's why I'm just gonna go over this one pretty quickly. It's aim for the head and try control your recoil. Okay, these are two things that pretty much everyone knows. They're just hard to do. Like you can see most of my shots, okay, I'm not actually aiming for the head, but in my mind I'm always like, I should aim for the head right there or whatever. It is a faster kill. It's just something to keep in mind. I know it's not one of those things that you can just implement instantly and you all of a sudden get a bunch of more headshots. It's something more mentally, but yeah, as I said, just keep that in your mind. Like always be like, I should aim for the head there. I need to aim for the head in this fight or whatever. Tip number 3 is another obvious one, and that's use the sound to your advantage. All these tips, early tips, are gonna be fairly obvious tips. We're gonna get into the better tips at the end. So if you want to stay around, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and watch the end of the video because we are gonna get to better tips. But seriously, using the sound does not allow you to know where people are, know when someone is coming or when you're in the clear, or when there's a nearby gunfight, all that kind of stuff. It also leads us to the next tip, which is tip 4, and that's use your UAV. Always be looking at the UAV/minimap. You can see when people take cars, or if you're using a UAV, then you can just see where everyone is and it's overpowered. But always be looking at the minimap. There's a lot of small things that you can notice. Someone picks up a car, someone gets out of a car, there's a crate that's been picked up, or all those kinds of things. And that's going to allow you to find people and go for more kills, which is our next tip. If you guys are trying to get better at the game, go for kills, okay? Do not just camp around. You're not gonna get better fast like that. If you guys want to get better fast, I'm sure you've heard it before, you have to be aggressive and just go for kills. Who cares if you die? Who cares if you don't come even close to first? As long as you're getting kills, you're gonna be getting better at combat. Your reaction time is gonna go up, and you're just gonna feel which guns you like, feel which guns you don't like, and your accuracy is gonna get better. The next tip we've got is use the game features to your advantage. Activate those UAVs, ping your opponents, ping locations, use the stopping bullets or whatever they're called. Make sure you're using the shop and buying stuff because you got the cash, especially in solos where you're not really using it. You don't need to buy back teammates. Use the cash and buy UAVs, all these perks and everything. Make sure you always have 5 shields. It's the simple stuff that is really gonna help you separate yourself from the difference. If you've got a UAV and you know where they are, it's game over. If you've got the stopping bullets on and you're doing more damage, less recoil, it's game over. Now, talking about weapons and stuff, we're leading on to our next tip is understand weapons, okay? I'm not gonna go into this video because there's a lot to know. So I would recommend looking up someone else that probably knows more what they're talking about. As I said, I've only been playing this game for 5 days, and these are just some tips that I've been using to help me improve. But I would really recommend looking up some videos on what are the best weapons and just figuring out what weapons are good and which weapons to avoid, because that's definitely something. When I looked up just a couple videos, I probably spent 20-30 minutes just looking at videos of which are the best weapons, and then I definitely noticed I came in game, I got those weapons, I was able to do more damage, I avoided the bad weapons, and I was able to get more kills. Now, most of these tips you would have heard, I just went through a couple basic tips. Obviously, there's a lot more basic tips, but I just don't feel like I understand them enough to talk about them. So now moving into my number one tip, this is how I definitely got better, and I got really good at combat pretty quickly in this game. So if you're watching up to this point, I want you guys to comment basic tips complete and hit that like button so I know how many people got to this point in the video where they're gonna learn my number one tip, and that is to practice in plunder squads as a solo. Now, as soon as you go in, I recommend jumping into a hotspot. Don't worry about anything else other than trying to get kills. That's why I go straight to the hotspot. My favorite is hospitals. There's always a bunch of people. There's a bunch of buildings to practice your sniping from. Practice getting sniped and trying to fire back up at them. Right here, you can see I took the high ground, and then you just go for people. Just go for as many kills as you can get. You can see I get a nice little kills, 2 kills here. But another good part about practicing blunders as a solo is that you can come up against teams. So you're getting practices. If you're trying to practice for a squad, but you're only by yourself, then you can practice 1v4ing squads or 1v3ing squads or whatever it is. And if you die, it doesn't matter at all, because you just spawn straight back in, fly back in to the same place where the same people are with a loadout. And then you just try to kill the person that kills you. And you're gonna get better very quickly by doing that. On top of getting a bunch of experience by trying to kill people, playing against squads, you've also got your own custom loadout every time you drop in. So you're gonna be able to level up your custom loadout pretty quickly as long as you're getting kills with it. And in Plunder, you can go for 10, 20 kills depending how good you are in a span of 20 minutes. It's not like you get 3 kills, you die, and then you have to wait in, load in, find all your weapons and everything again. That's why I think it's such a good mode to practice in. And as you can see here, you get practice with all these random different little experiences because you don't care about dying. So you're not gonna run away from someone charging at you. You're gonna try to figure out a way to beat it. Okay, so I just finished recording the video, and I feel like there was a few basic tips that I really missed that are really important. And number one of them is just to always be moving, guys. Continue to move, otherwise you're going to be hit much easier. You're probably gonna get sniped. Someone's gonna hit you from behind much easier. But if you're always swerving side to side, trying to duck in and out of cover, it's gonna be much harder for them to hit you. Definitely harder for them to snipe you, so it means you won't get randomly one-shot killed out of nowhere. Another thing that I'm also really bad at is don't just randomly run out into the open, okay? I do this all the time. As I said, I'm always trying to hunt for kills, so I always just run out into the middle of nowhere where my back is always exposed. Try limit the amount you expose your back. If that means you have to just run through buildings or whatever the whole time to get places, try do that, because the main times I die is when I expose my back and I get shot from behind, or I just can't see my opponent. They just snipe me from out of nowhere. Now the next thing is get some good controller settings, okay? You don't want your sensitivity too high, you don't want it too low. Generally about a 4 is good. I might drop a video on my controller settings a little later because, you know, I've only been playing this game for 5 days. These are just tips that help me get better. I looked up someone else's controllers video and that did pretty good for me. I might drop it if I can fine tune it or whatever, but there's no point of me just putting out another video that's the exact same as someone else's that I just straight away copied that already comes up good in search. If I do tweak my controller settings, I will let you guys know, but I would just look up someone else's video. There's a lot of pro players that are obviously better than me that have been playing this game for longer than 5 days and might have better controller settings than me. So go look up controller settings because they are important. But either way, guys, that's the end of the video. I know there's a lot of tips I missed, okay? I didn't just want to repeat everything that anyone says. There's a lot of other tips like trying to use the hold thing, so you hold your weapon on a seal so you get more stability. But to be honest, I suck at that, okay? I just don't understand how to do it effectively. So that's the end of my video. I'd recommend going to watch other tips and videos. As I said, I wasn't a god when I started playing this, okay? I only just started playing this game 5 days ago, so I feel like I have a good perspective on how to improve quickly because I have. But anyway, I've been posting pretty much everything on this channel, from WarZone, 2K, Resident Evil, any other game that's coming out, PS5 news, Xbox X news, NBA news, anything like that. So there's always going to be something for you on this channel. So hit that sub button. I do stream WarZone and 2K a lot, so if you want to see my streams live, ask me any questions or just chill with me, make sure to turn the notifications on so you know when I'm streaming, and I'm out. See ya.
Popping his hand, I'm going insane. She pulling up, she give me brains. I swear to God, I need the cash. I really don't care about none of the fame. She touch pieces of space with a man. I'm looking away cause I don't love her things. And I seen her last week with my man. These bitches, man, they really all be the same. Popping his hand, I'm going insane. She pulling up, she give me brains. I swear to God, I need the cash. I really don't care about none of the fame. She touch pieces of space with a man. I'm looking away cause I don't love her things. And I seen her last week with my man. These bitches, man, they really all be the same. Fiji water on me, but the walker I'm sipping. Plug drop it off by the shipment. I'm popping a Xanax prescription. I know that they hating cause they never win it. I travel the lobby, trusting nobody, said he go rob me. Told him to try me, but he ain't gonna try me. I keep it obby, and I'm popping these Xans in his lanes. Bitch, I don't trust in a dame. 40 on me with a beam. Full side is with me when I'm on the scene.